Good morning guys. Today I am at RSPB Freiston Shore and honestly, I might be in love. I pulled up in the car park and I didn't even have the chance to get all my gear out because in the field behind me was a curlew and an oyster catcher feeding away. So I had to quickly rush to grab my camera gear. Walking boots weren't even on kind of deal. And well, managed to catch those guys, which was awesome. Then a great white egret then flew over. And then I noticed there were just pintail and goldeneye absolutely everywhere. So far, I mean, I've been here for less than 5 minutes and I've seen so many species. And with that being said, we're also really, really close. So currently, about, I don't know, not even 10 meters in front of me, is a drake pintail just feeding on the grass, looking beautiful at this time of year. So I didn't know what to expect today, but yeah, again, so far this is going swimmingly.
Just let me hold your hand. Wherever I go, you are my home. So just let me hold your hand.
I've just had to drag myself away from the pintail who's lovely and close right now because I've just noticed the absolute motherload of lapwing and curlew on the other side of this little pond or lake. There's hundreds of them. Well, like there's easily like 200, maybe 300 lapwings and probably around 20 to 30 odd curlew. So insanely good numbers. And you know what? I've just had the binos just checking out all the other shores. And the amount of pintail everywhere, like, I've never seen this many in one location. Like usually I'm used to seeing 2 or 3 over there, maybe 1 or 2 here or there. But everywhere I look and every shore of this little lake, there are just pintail everywhere. And my God, am I not complaining because they are such beautiful ducks. Like they are so sharp, they are so smart, you know, they're gorgeous little things. I'm having to force myself to rein it in a little bit because I was getting a bit overexcited. So my plan currently is to chill here for a little bit. So I've got a time lapse going and that kind of gives me my, you know, kind of average time to stay here. So I think I'll be sitting here for about 25 minutes or so. And after that, I'll see how it goes. I might move on. But I mean, again, just this location is awesome. Like everywhere I look, there's just an awesome, awesome bird. But yeah, I'm gonna have a cup of tea, and yeah, I'm on tea today, not coffee, and just sit and chill. Like this place genuinely is awesome, you know. And it's funny because when my YouTube kind of started up again about, I don't know, a few months back, the first location I went to was RSPB Frampton Marsh, which is just down the road from here, and the experience was completely different. Like, yeah, I saw some really cool birds there, loads of marsh harrier. But in terms of waterfowl, I didn't see anything remotely close to this. So again, this is absolutely awesome. And to have the birds so close to me as well, because I've still got the pintail and a couple of teal directly in front of me, which is awesome because usually they're so flighty. So I'm guessing they are used to having people in this hide. So yeah, cup of tea, chill. Let's try to get some photos, let's try to get some videos, and let's try to see some cool birds. So I'm already winning at that one. Something just spooked all of the lapwings, and you know what? I was a bit far off with 200 to 300 lapwings because there is definitely more than that. I cannot tell what spooked it. I can't see any birds of prey, so I don't know if there's someone getting out of their car on the far left or something, but I can't see anything just yet. But yeah, hundreds of birds just leapt up in an instant, which was insane. Absolutely insane. I mean, I've got a time lapse going. It might show on that. I doubt it. I hope it does, but wow. Wow. There's just been a group of 3 or 4 pintail flying around the lake, which is incredible because this is the first time I've ever had the opportunity to photograph pintail in flight, especially considering how close they are. So for all my gear nerds out there, I'm shooting on a Nikon Z with a 600mm 6.3. I was shooting wide open and my shutter speed was around 1/1250th, yeah, 1250th, which I'm hoping is fast enough to freeze the action. Hopefully I've got a good bit of detail there. Ideally, I would have liked my shutter speed to a bit higher if possible, but given the conditions and how kind of grey and overcast it is, England, I don't think I really had a choice. But hopefully they will come out sharp and pristine and lovely. And again, sorry if I keep looking off to the side. There's just always something going on here. Something just keeps catching my eye. So I mean, I keep saying the word awesome. I'm almost going back into my skateboarder days and saying sick every 2 seconds. But yeah, this is sweet. I just spent so much longer in that first hide than I had ever originally intended to. I thought I'd give it 25 minutes or so, see how it went, you know, have a cup of tea, make a move on. But I've just been in there for about an hour and a half, and honestly, the time has just absolutely flew by. Just the sheer amount of pintail and goldeneye and just curlew and just all these beautiful species. And again, like the first time I've ever really had the opportunity to photograph pintail in flight. So again, I'm just over the moon with that. But yeah, I've left. I'm now on this little viewing platform looking over these mudflats. So I can't really see much at the moment. Like, I think there's like one or two little red shank floating about, but they are very, very far off. So I think I'm going to give this little area a little miss for now. I may come back, who knows. But I'm going to carry on up the path through the trees and see where it takes me. Just jumping in for a minute to tell you about Audiio. We all know who Audiio are by now, but in case this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, let me tell you. So Audiio are a massive library of music and sound effects, all created by real human beings. Now, I've personally been using their service for well over a year now, and that's because they make searching for music so much easier. You can even drop in a link into their link match AI tool from the likes of Spotify and YouTube, and Audiio will automatically find you something similar. So it doesn't matter if you create weird little birding videos like I do, or if you create actual content for work, Audiio will actually have you back. And you know what? If it sounds like something you want to check out, check the link in the description to get yourself a little something off. Anyway, what do you reckon, girl? Do you like them? Do you think we should use Audiio more? I think we should. Anywho, let's here we go. Anywho, let's get back to the video. I found this little break in the tree line. So I'm kneeling down and I'm using this fence as a bit of a makeshift tripod, just so I can lower my shutter speeds a little bit. Now, the reason I'm getting low is because if I shoot from a normal standing position looking down on a bird, essentially the background is the area directly around that bird. So it's not very far away, which means your background of your image isn't going to be that pleasing. Now, if I get low and get on the same kind of level as the bird, the same kind of plane, it essentially gives the feeling, you know, it gives the effect that the background is much, much further away. Now, hopefully I've described that well enough. We'll see. But yeah, basically, it just gives a bit more of a pleasing background if you're on the same level as the bird. I have kind of exited the nature reserve, for lack of a better term. So behind me is the wash. which is an estuary which leads directly into the North Sea. And I'm currently on the King Charles III coastal path. Now up here it is very cold and it is very, very windy, and I'm not too sure what birds I am going to see as I see some fluttering around down here. But yeah, I'm going to go for a little walk, go for a little wander, see what pops up, if anything. But yeah, this is just nice. This just looks awesome. So then folks, this year the photography show is back in my hometown of Birmingham. Now usually I give it a miss, but this year I think I might actually show my face for once. So if you're out and about there anyway and you want to say hello, keep an eye on my Instagram at DamianJohnWildlife, because chances are I'll post a little something on my story to let you know I'm about. So then guys, I've had an absolutely amazing morning here at RSPB Freiston Shore. Now, I knew it was going to be good when I arrived, but I didn't know it was going to be this good. So the pintail, the goldeneye, the seal, I've just had flocks of Brent geese and what I actually think were whooper swans as well, just flying on by from the wash. So my morning has been absolutely spectacular. So with that folks, I just need to say thank you so much for watching as usual. So if you haven't already, could you please consider liking, subscribing, commenting. That's probably in the wrong order, but it doesn't matter. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers folks.